Frank's Red Hot is the perfect blend of flavor and heat, so you can use an entire bottle to make recipes like buffalo chicken dip or buffalo nachos, or even things that don't start with buffalo. Frank's Red Hot, I put that on everything.
Craig,
please give us something to talk about. Please give us something to talk about. Talking about old football games. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think we're kind of out of luck on that one, man. That's kind of all we got at this point is old football games.
Yeah, old basketball game. Who knows?
And old basketball games. There are some good basketball games we could do.
Yeah.
Some old Tony Bennett era games.
Just got to find them.
Be pretty killer. You know, one thing we should do, I mean, by the way, hi, welcome to Podcast versus Everyone.
Yeah, hi, this is Podcast versus Everyone. I'm Craig Powers. Jeff always forgets that we're on a podcast, I think, and he just starts talking.
Yeah, I mean, we did start this just because I wanted to talk to my friend every week.
Yeah,
and
his name is Jeff Newser, I should say.
Yeah, and my friend's name is Craig Powers.
Yeah.
And so I just, we started this because I was like, yeah, I need an excuse to talk to my buddy. And you know what? Look at what we've become.
Yeah, dwindling podcast numbers because no one listens to podcasts during
But
quarantine.
We are big time, man. We had a real deal coach on our podcast.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I mean, Thank you, John.
I mean, if that's 75 episodes in, if that's not making it to the big time, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Exactly. Sure. He just had to be totally bored, like completely bored. He was not allowed to work.
It was so true. Like, I don't know if John is married or if he's single, but he struck me as a single type. I guess I could ask him, but anyway, I could imagine if you were an assistant coach in a town that you moved to like a year ago without a significant other, that would get real boring really fast.
He said on Twitter he's glad he still hasn't finished The Wire and Veep. So
yeah,
we know what John is doing tonight.
We know. Well, Godspeed, John. Godspeed. I mean, I don't know which is more challenging, that or like my situation where it's me and my wife and my 3 kids, and it's really just been all of us in each other's faces all the time. And we have a pretty good sized house and a pretty good sized yard and places for people to go and be away. And it's just being around each other this much is, it's taxing. I will say that I don't have a toddler, and so maybe that's its own sort of special challenge, Craig.
Well, this is not really any different for me at all. I always work from home. I always work from home with my daughter. So, honestly, this situation has been very similar to my typical life. So,
well, good.
So,
I'm glad you love your daughter more than I love my kids.
Welcome to my normal world, everyone that's complaining about being in their house all day.
It's I don't know if it's complaining, just if it's like it's weird. So I imagine you deal with this where it's like working from home is it's its own sort of challenge because the lines for everything are just blurred, right? Like cuz I'm working, I have duties, we're trying to do the distance learning thing for our students. I mean, I'm grading papers, like I'm still like doing stuff. And it's like the lines of work responsibilities and home responsibilities and things I'd rather be doing, like playing video games, like all of these lines are just blurred right now. And I'll be honest, I am having I imagine I'm probably not the only one having a hard time with this. You do it all the time, though. I imagine you have like routines and stuff to make sure that things are sort of segmented.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to have a little fucking integrity and not play video games while you're on the clock.
Hey, I just want to be clear. I did not play video games on the clock. I played video games before the clock. I played video games after the clock.
Well, that's the
beauty. Parenting was the one thing that.
Oh, you can't avoid that. No one can avoid that, especially now when everyone's kids are out of school. And
yeah,
my boss is pretty understanding that, I got my toddler with me, but we have a good routine, as much as a routine a toddler can have. She takes naps. She knows when daddy has a phone call, I tell her, you got to go hang out in your crib for a bit. And I tell her you don't have to go to sleep necessarily if it's like not her nap time, but you got to be out of the room because I can't have you yelling and screaming. That's obviously something that I think people that are working from home now with their kids who aren't used to that haven't established these routines. And so I think I've heard from some people they're having some trouble. One thing I heard from our colleague Zane, and he asked me kind of what were my strategies, because he was working too much. And I think that's you run into that trap when you're working from home, is that you're never sort of off, especially if you work with people in different time zones and stuff. It's hard not to just look at your email as soon as you wake up in the morning and start working, and there's no commute. With your commute, sometimes that's like when, you got to get your work started with the commute or whatever. But now it's just, when do you start working? When do you stop? I think a lot of people are struggling with that. I always just say I never eat when I try not to work when I eat, to make sure I'm getting those breaks, make sure I'm not working while I have breakfast, right? Make sure I'm not working while I have lunch, and make sure I'm not working through dinner. I just try to limit, I try to set times to be done during the day. It's not the same every day, but given, that I work with people in different time zones, if I know I'm done that time, then I can do that. And with some of the, the blurred lines, I totally understand, but the nice thing of working from home is you have more flexibility. If you take an hour to do something, have an appointment or go for a run or whatever, you can just tack that on at the end. You can tack that on before you go to bed. It doesn't matter, because right. You can kind of, as long as, you're on your phone calls or whatever, you're communicating with your team, you can really get the work done when it needs to be done, as long as it's done by the deadline. And that's what I go by. Because I've been working from home for 8 years, so I'm pretty good at it at this point. But obviously, there's no Kook Center to write about. That's easier. You don't have that temptation. There's no games or anything. That's always the hardest thing.
That actually does help. It's like, no, I don't have to worry about sports, and I don't have to worry about. I am going to try and do some writing, though. I'm committed to trying to find some things to write about. The stuff they always complain I never have time to do.
Well, yeah.
I actually probably have some time to do now. So,
well, yeah, I think for a lot of people, cutting that commute out, suddenly you have an hour to 2 hours every day.
That's a lot of time that's not spent on the road for a lot of people. For me, it's only about, 20 minutes each way, but yeah.
So that's 40 minutes. That's quite a lot of time. And talk about how much more time you spend getting ready in the morning when you are going into work or whatever.
Yeah,
I know
is absolutely true.
And I know that some people recommend doing your daily routine and getting dressed and whatever, but I don't recommend that. You're working from home. Be comfortable. Don't put slacks on to sit on your couch. I don't get that. I shower after I work out. I don't shower in the morning because I don't work out in the morning. I am not one of those people. But but late, the last few days it's been just kind of dodging the rain to go for my run. So I just tell my boss, look here, if the gym's closed, I can't go there later. It's going to rain the rest of the day. I have to work out outside. I need to go it's right now. I'm going for a run, just to let you know. It's kind of nice now that everyone has to work from home. I feel like everyone's a little more lenient to us regular work from homers, and understand the like you said, the blurred lines and how kind of some of us get really used to that life, and I fucking love it. I hope a lot of you get to continue working from home after it's over, if your companies realize that it's kind of, everything works just fine when they work from home. Obviously you can't, Jeff, but
no. Well, they might try to. I don't know.
Well, yeah, there is online school, but
They might try to do that. They might be like, yeah, we can just say no. It's whatever. I think everybody's finding now is that teachers actually do matter, and that school actually is like, necessary, and the profession of teaching is actually essential, and a lot of parents are discovering that no, it wasn't the teacher that was the problem. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell you what the weirdest thing for me is like, and I don't know if this is a thing that you've experienced or not, but it's, after spending all day working my job at home, like I don't really want to work like on my house at home. Like I'm just dude, I've been working here all day and now I just want to sit around.
Oh yeah, I'm totally
nothing.
Yeah. I'm totally
when really
worthless.
I should be doing laundry, or I should be paying bills, or I should be something like that. I'm like, no, that's just more working at my house. I want to relax at my house now. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I'm very bad at doing chores after I get off work. Like it's just like, because I've just been sitting in my house all day, and you're in the same location. You don't get this like refreshed location, so you're like, okay, when I get home, I'm gonna do this and this. It's like, well, I'm already sitting. I just put my laptop down. I'm already sitting on the couch. I could just stay here. But one thing I've had to do is put the exercising into the routine, and that's nice. That kind of breaks things up. But
I should do that.
I don't know how many of you actually want to hear us continue talking about that.
Yeah. There are a lot of people working from home right now, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, and it's lucky for those of us that do get to work from home, because I still get my same paycheck, and I feel very fortunate in that.
I am so thankful for that.
And we are so lucky as to have Amanda, who works as a hospitalist nurse practitioner, who gets to go into her job at a hospital every day. So yay.
Yay, and
yeah.
It's both of those things at the same time.
So we're just waiting for that corona at this point. But
so people come here for the escape, right?
Yeah.
And that would be why they listened. There were at least like 7 or 8 people who listened all the way to the end of last week's 2 damn hour episode.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we totally lose all of you, we have something really cool coming up. We're going to, if you remember our first Everyone in 60 podcast when we watched the Oregon game from 2018, the game day game, and went through that. And basically, we're going to do a commentary over the game, which you can also play over the game and while you watch it, or you can just listen to it in your car or whatever. I know some people did that too, but this is intended for you to watch over the game, because you've probably already watched the game and you know what happens. So now you can just have our awesome voices over it. But before we get to that, I was a little buzzed at the end of our podcast, and I kind of I kind of forgot to do that. I went and checked the Pod versus Everyone email account before we get on today, and saw that yes, many of you. So what I did and ask, if you listen, because that was our longest podcast ever, it was like over 2 hours. And if you listen all the way to the end of that, I asked you to let us know. And I did say I might tell you something about Clay. I'll tell you that personally. I'm not going to say that over the podcast. But I do want to give some social distanced virtual high fives. If you send me an email, I'm just going to say your first name. I don't want to dox y'all. But Mark with a C, I got a virtual high five for you.
High five, man.
Eric, also with a C, virtual social distance high five for you.
Yeah.
AJ, I'll tell you something of some maybe not. I'll tell you something good, but also he says he fast forwarded through the what beer are you drinking part, but that doesn't count because I always do. Heartbroken, but still a social distance high five for you, AJ.
There are people that fast forward through the beer segment. I don't believe it. I think that's the best part.
Yeah, I do because I'm drinking beer.
Right.
Kylan, thank you for listening all the way to the end. Social distance high five for you.
High five.
Rochelle, I know you in person, and so maybe I'll give you a real high five sometime. Social distance high five for you. Spencer, listened all the way to the end. Really enjoyed listening to the Nerdball segment. Wish we would have recorded more. Kind of wish we would have too, but we didn't realize that he wanted to talk to us for another hour. So
yeah, we were like, okay, we've taken enough of your time. Thank you so much, and then we just kept talking. Yeah. I just kept asking questions. I had all these things I wanted to know, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll keep talking." So it was pretty great.
Yeah. So thank you, Spencer. Social distance high five for you.
High five.
Keith. So social distance high five for Keith. Keith would also like 2 TV show recommendations that I might be able to convince my wife to watch with me. One I will say is Good Omens on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, do you have one?
Let's see. So my wife and I are making our way through Billions right now. That's what we decided to do.
Okay,
that's if you have Showtime. So Billions is good. This Is Us is kind of cliche, but it is a good show. And then if you've never watched The Good Place, I would move that to the top of the list right away.
Of course,
because it's the episodes are all really easy to find. It's definitely a marriage-friendly show, and the shows are all less than half an hour. So you can burn through it pretty quick.
It's only about
rad show.
Only about 13 episodes a season as well. So
yeah, and it's four seasons, right? So
yeah,
you can power through it pretty quick.
And one more. I'm really sorry if I'm just to double check, make sure I didn't listen or I didn't skip anyone. I didn't. And Philip listens to every episode, loves the podcast.
My man, Philip.
He's hoping he'll get to get a crisp high five, hear a dad joke, and hear some stuff about Clay. Well, I'll give you a social distance high five.
Joke, didn't I?
Yeah, give us a dad joke, Jeff. Come on.
I don't have my. So I'm really bad at remembering the dad jokes, and my son stole my dad jokes book. So I'm like,
well, sometimes
I can't think of a dad joke.
Sometimes dad jokes are best, kind of in the moment.
Yeah, they kind of are. Sorry, I've let you down. I don't know. Maybe I'll think of one at some point here. I'll just throw it in the middle.
Well, anyways, again,
we also, by the way, we do have one more high five we have to give. So I mentioned Brady, my friend Brady, who was under quarantine. All tests came back negative. No longer under quarantine. Social distance, virtual high five to Brady, who also listened all the way to the end and did ask if I remembered everything I said until the end, and the answer was no. Nope. I had to listen to the podcast again because I was like, so I had to do 2 things. One was I had to listen to it again because I had to listen to our interview with John to make sure I had straight in my head what the things were that he said that we recorded and what the things were that he said after we stopped, because after a while it was all just sort of mixing together in my head. And then definitely that last segment, it was so late, and I mean we didn't start recording that last segment till probably 11:30 or so. I mean it was late.
It was really probably the latest we've ever recorded, and also the probably the drunkest I've ever recorded.
Yeah,
I would probably
so say. And I wasn't like drunk, but I was definitely. And the other part of being old is, when I have beer late at night, I just kind of want to go to sleep. So I was tired, and anyway, so no, I did not totally remember everything that I said until I listened to it again, and then I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We talked about, the smallest TV market in the NFL, and Craig telling me it's Green Bay, and I'm like, no, it's not. And then I was right, and you were right. We were kind of both right.
You're kind of like everyone was right.
Yeah, which was funny. So at any rate, hey, congrats to those of you who listened all the way to the end. We need T-shirts that say I listened all the way to the end, that go right, next to the T-shirt that says Jeff wasn't listening, and so.
Yeah, we need T-shirts now.
We should do that. We should do that. I listened all the way to the end. Should definitely be one of them. So.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Should we take a quick break, or should we talk beer, or what? What should we do before
I
we do
say
the video?
let's talk beer. Let's talk about the game we're about to do.
Okay.
And then we'll take a break, and then we'll start up the thing. Okay, so what are you drinking, man?
I am drinking Nightmare Brewing Exposure Imperial India Pale Ale with Cryo Mosaic and Cryo Citra, which this is damn tasty. So Nightmare Brewing are famous for their ridiculously morbid cans and also tasty beer. And you know what's funny about this beer is that the can is gray and there's lots of dead people on it, and it's sort of gross looking. And the beer itself is actually quite bright, which is kind of funny. It's kind of a funny juxtaposition. So, but yeah, very tasty beer, and yeah, scary. I might have nightmares.
Yeah, Nightmare's pretty interesting. They kind of recently came into Washington. I out of nowhere, honestly, like in distribution. They're from Farmingdale, New York. I haven't had any of their beers. Just I tend to try not to drink IPAs that are, unless I'm traveling and pick them up, that aren't from around here, because there's so many. But not that wasn't meant to be judgmental in any way. But I'm just I'm always skeptical of a brewery that will send their beer all the way out somewhere. They have to, their local market apparently can't support them, but I know some good breweries around here that do that too. So maybe I shouldn't be so skeptical, but I will say that Nightmare Brewing in 2019 won Best New Brewer in New York, Best New Brewer in the U.S., and Second Best New Brewer worldwide on Rate Beer.
That's impressive.
So those are some nice accolades. There's been some really good breweries that have won Best New Brewer on Rate Beer. Hill Farmstead comes to mind. So Nightmare, they say on their Genesis, their homepage, they call it Genesis, in like this calligraphy type font. There's probably a word for that. Bringing together ingredients, death metal, and our horrific history into a cohesive liquid experience.
Perfect. I love it.
So very
That's
cool,
awesome.
Jeff, bringing a new brewery onto the podcast.
Yeah, it's excellent. Thanks, Rainier Growlers.
Rainier Growlers, I have to give them a shout out. I have a friend, my friend Jeff, another friend Jeff. It's very confusing for Amanda, by the way.
So many Jeffs.
There's two that I speak to consistently are you and Jeff Stokes, my friend who you've met, the former head brewer at Three Magnets, who is now the head brewer at Sig Brewing, who is currently only they've only been brewing beer and selling it on tap at restaurants because their tap room isn't open yet. So they've obviously they're hoping, I think, to be early next month have that tap room open. That's getting delayed. But I had a chance to go and see Jeff and have some beers with him at the empty social distanced brewery last week, and he did mention that Rainier Growlers, they were obviously having a hard time selling kegs the last week because most of the beer stores are closed. And but Rainier Growlers, what did you say? His name is Ben, right? Ben that runs Rainier Growlers.
Yeah.
So he's
kind of like the head tap room guy.
Yeah, so he, I guess, is, obviously they've stayed open, continuing to sell beer to go. And he, I guess, has been specifically buying beer from local breweries to support them in this very difficult time for small businesses in general and small breweries. So I got to give Ben a shout out for that, and the Rainier Growlers a shout out, because that's pretty cool. Because I know that, a brewery like Sig who can only sell their beer through that way, because they don't have their own tap room. They really probably really appreciated that. So I'm sure they're doing that for other breweries as well. So that's really cool. I got a lot of brewery friends that are kind of scared right now. So It's a cool thing to see the kind of beer community support each other.
And I did get a can of Sig, all the adjectives, when I was there the other day.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I want
What are you
that brewery.
drinking?
So I am not bringing a new brewery on the podcast. I'm bringing one we have talked about over and over again. So we won't have to
repeatedly.
won't have to go into them. But the beer was just too perfectly named
Yes,
for
is.
the time. It is Skookum Brewery. Our favorites, Hollis and all the gang up at Skookum. Solitary Confinement. Imperial Stout aged in oak barrels. When they say oak, they mean like bourbon barrels. It's a blend of Imperial Stout aged for 10 to 16 months in oak and bourbon barrels. It's quite delicious. No adjuncts, just straight up. It's just the oak and the beer and the bourbon, whatever. It's pretty damn good. This beer, like many of Skookum's barrel aged beers, I swear, just like takes it up a notch every year. Gets better and better. That must be why they put wax on the bottle this year, because they knew it was more special.
Special. The wax makes it special.
The wax makes it special. I'm guessing they
That's
just
how
had
this
some
works.
leftover wax.
The wax means you can charge an extra $1 a bottle.
Of course. Or you have to, because you spent all that money on that wax.
That's right. No, I had solitary confinement for my birthday, so
Yeah.
that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's how my beer was spoiled for you today, because I had to ask you, did you drink that on the podcast, or was that just like a random day? I couldn't remember.
That was the day that we went into solitary confinement, because that was the last day of school before they sent us home. So
yeah, when I pulled it out and I was like, oh, this beer, look at this beer, it's perfect for the podcast. And Amanda goes, well, you have me, and I was like, don't ruin it. It's too perfect.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's the beer we're drinking. Pretty good beers to get us flowing into this football game. Definitely one of the highest stress football games I've ever been to. Who knew 2 5-5 teams going at it could be such high stakes? But obviously the stakes in when WSU played Oregon State last November 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was Amanda's birthday weekend. We went out to Pullman without B. We had a kidless weekend. We brought her brother and his girlfriend with us as well. We had an adults weekend. Had a good time. Lots of time at the Coug and all that. Yeah, I think we had a table, because this was a late game. I think we had a table at the Coug for like 6 hours. I don't know.
Ooh.
I probably already talked about this on the podcast, like from last November.
I think we did, but that's okay. That's
that's
what we're
okay.
doing. We're reliving it.
Yeah, but yeah. So this was obviously this was the Bowl Bowl, as we said back then.
That's right.
Because I think neither team thought they were gonna win the next game, so they needed this game, and so we had those.
Neither
stakes.
team did win their next game, so
and neither team did.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game was when we were talking about which game we were going to pick, we kind of threw out a couple of the normal big ones, right? We talked Alamo Bowl, we talked 2018 Stanford, we were sort of like, I don't know, 2017 USC, like we talked about these different ones, and then you came up with this one, and I was like, oh, I love that, because there were, as you mentioned, there were actually a lot of stakes involved, right? It was senior day, and so that's why I was in attendance at the game, because we took the family over to see the Helinskis and hopefully be at least a few more people in the stands for a game that we knew wasn't going to be well attended.
Yep.
For that senior day, so that we could cheer nice and loud for for Tyler and. Hold up our 3 flag and all that good stuff. So there was that element to it, and not just, that senior, but, all the other seniors as well, who were, part of some really unprecedented success across the program for the last 5 years. And, just sort of all that. Anthony Gordon was on the brink of breaking a Pac-12 record. And I mean, there was just all of these different layers. And then of course the game turned out to be, just totally batshit crazy. So I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of perfect for for a rewatch and holy shit kind of thing as we go through the different stages of this game, the back and forth and the drunken haymakers and the depths and the exhilaration and all the different things that came along with it.
So what do you have a guess of what the official duration of this game was?
The actual duration?
Yeah. From kickoff time to end of game.
3 hours and 38 minutes. Is that close?
3:40. It is pretty funny. WSU's official box score has kickoff time 6:10, end of game 9:50, which of course is 3 hours and 40 minutes. But under duration it says 4 hours and 40 minutes because it probably did feel like it was an extra hour longer.
Well, it definitely stole an hour from our lives by the time it was all done.
At
so
least
maybe
an
that
hour.
was the calculus.
I'm real glad that we were the winning party.
And it was cold as hell, and
it was.
And to go from you're sure you're going to lose to actually we might win to actually we won was a thing, man. Was a thing, and thank goodness for football in 60 because. This is now condensed down to 45
minutes. So, as Jeff alluded to, we are watching this streaming on, me on the Pac-12 app, Jeff on pac12live.com/live, or whatever it is.
Yep.
You can find the game on there if you have the game recorded, whatever. We'll try to keep you updated on where we're at, time and score and whatever. Position on the field, whatever, so that you can find where we are. Because I know some of you might be looking on your DVR or whatever. You have to fast forward through commercials and stuff like that.
And I'll put a link when I upload the episode and put it on Coug Center. I'll put a link to the game. I think even on Coug Center I'll be able to. I think I can probably embed the video. I'll try. If I can do that, then you can do it all in one spot. So
you do have a login that is required. If you do have to have Pac-12 Network, or have a friend that has
a friend who does. I don't know anybody like that.
No,
who would do that?
I don't know. I don't know anyone. Nope.
That'd be thievery.
Stealing from the Pac-12. How dare you?
How dare
whoever would do that?
What are you saying, Craig? How dare this?
I meant
person
you
do that?
in the royal you.
Oh, all right. Hey, let's take a commercial break and then we'll start the game.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Is your body ready for this
thing? Oh,
I don't know, man.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should go get another beer. I don't know.
Do you need one?
Thinking this. I'm kind of thinking.
I have my sidecar beer sitting there.
I know. I didn't bring an extra one, and now I'm kind of thinking maybe I need an extra. That's okay. I'll be fine.
All right. I don't want you to fall asleep, old man.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. If I have another one, I might actually. I don't know. This game is gonna.
I think you'll. I think you'll be nice and tense, even though you know it's gonna happen.
I think so. That happens whenever I rewatch games. Even though I know what's going to happen, I find myself getting actually worked up, and I'm like, but I know how it ends. Anyway.
All right. So,
should we do a little countdown?
Yeah.
Or you can do a little countdown.
All right. I'll just say I'll go 3, 2, 1, and then hit play.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, hit play. All right. Oh. Mine is loading. There it goes. Mine says video on demand. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we're in the same spot. I can kind of hear yours.
All right.
That's right. We're there. We got it.
We're at it. All right. We're going through
That's right.
They're showing the statue, showing Jake Luton
here we
throwing
go. Winner
the
becomes
football.
bowl eligible. It's the Bowl
Winner
Bowl.
becomes the Bowl Bowl. Winner becomes bowl eligible. Got Gordo, and right straight to the kickoff. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
This was returned for a touchdown. No, it was just bounced out the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Nothing.
Cougs starting on the 25.
We've got Anthony Gordon, 400-plus passing yards in 8 of 10 games this season. I have a feeling, I'm not sure we are ever going to properly appreciate that.
No,
just how freaking crazy that was.
No, especially
and how good he was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, first play.
Oh, yeah. Borghi rips off a big run. First play.
Yeah. First play of the game.
20-yard gain. Almost.
Pretty
18-yard
nice.
gain. Yeah.
This uni combo looks great under the lights, especially.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's a great under the lights one with the anthracite.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that should be our standard gray, crimson gray, but yeah, little sack.
Yeah, little held on to it a little bit long there. That was a Falkian sack right there.
Yeah.
Second and 21. Just going to
Then
swing
he
it.
comes
Doesn't
right
matter. Arcanado, his man. We're going to miss that boy right there, man.
Yeah, we are. I'm going to miss him a lot. Going to miss him a ton. All right, here we go. Motion out of the backfield. Gordon stands in.
Slinging. That was a bullet,
Whips
man.
it to Aesop.
That's the kind of throw when you kind of wonder, like, when they say he has, like, a average arm strength or whatever, you're like, that thing was a bullet. Like, I don't know, maybe it's throwing down the field. Why'd he cut that back?
Yeah, why'd he cut it back? There was a massive hole.
He just run up the middle. He's got 15 yards without anyone touching him.
They gave it to him again. Only this
2
time
runs
it's
in a
not there
row.
either.
That's 3rd and 1, so he got the yard,
the first
though.
down. That's all that matters. We got 2-back personnel again.
That's a good throwaway.
Lots of
like
2-back personnel early.
Ryan got a little bullied on that one.
Oh, he's checking at the line. I don't remember this play.
I don't remember a lot of these plays.
Blitz, ran a little fade. Winston
that's
got held.
that's a very obvious pass interference.
Yeah, that was easy. Yeah, this drive doesn't end good. I remember that.
No,
all right, 3-man rush, standing, and
there it is.
God, he was open too.
Yeah, he just underthrew.
He throws it just a little taller, just a tiny bit taller. It's right there.
Yep.
I just remember thinking, okay, so I don't know about you. Like, I'm thinking at this point, okay, they're definitely going to go 99 yards and score.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Because Oregon State, if you remember, their offense was really good.
Yep. I was like, guaranteed touchdown coming. And I also remember, like, this, like, impending sense of doom because I was like, you just knew in this game that wasted scoring opportunities would be the thing that would probably do you in. Right.
Oh yeah, I remember I was half drunk in the stands screaming that to everyone that listened. Like, we can't afford this. We can't afford to miss an opportunity. And Oregon State first down. Hodgins.
There's a first catch for Isaiah Hodgins, and you're like, great, he's going to catch 20 balls today.
Or will he? Oh.
And there goes the huge run out to midfield.
I will not miss this defense. I tell you that, sir.
Giant pocket, whips it down.
That was covered there. There you go.
Time. Yeah, they actually did. I mean, they did a pretty damn good job covering Hodgins in this game.
I mean, that's pretty much the
only
only
guy they could. If only they could make a tackle on a run.
Yep. No tackling.
Three missed tackles. Just from that touchdown run.
What do we got? Like 7 plays touchdown.
Yeah,
7 or 8.
I just remember I was like,
99 yards.
I put my forehead into my hand going, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. And you're just
they just ran like a little trap.
You're just like, oh, we lost right there. We missed a scoring opportunity. They got a big play. That,
game's over.
We're not going to make that up. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. What was so frustrating about the defense, like that particular play.
They got 45 minutes, all these plays, and we got to watch the extra point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And they cut out other plays too.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find that. But it's that touchdown was sort of the defense in a nutshell, where you had a missed tackle in the backfield by Justice Rogers.
So there's a commercial break right now, by the way, if you
So first little
just
commercial
came back.
break, it's 7-0. They come right back.
Kickoff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's like, missed tackle in the backfield by Justice Rogers, bad angle by Bryce Beekman.
And Gordon throws the ball backwards and salvages it.
Yeah, he kind of got back to the line. Anyway, and then bad angles on the breakaway run. So anyway.
Yeah, definitely bad angles and missed tackles. Yeah, there's Desmond Patman.
Play that should have been a negative play. Anyway, I'll get off it with the run. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it should
All
have
right,
been.
So now we're marching down the field.
We got there we go.
We're just pepper in the middle now.
Chevelle definitely face masked. Oh no, it's a fumble. Oh
After
no!
he got face masked,
After he got face masked, so we're definitely losing. Yeah, we're definitely losing now. Like not a chance. Hodgins with a 9-yard.
First 2 possessions, it's over.
Yeah, he definitely got a face mask though. Like, come on.
Yeah, and they
like
missed
twice,
it, of course. And
they missed it blatantly. I remember being very angry about that. But here we go. They're moving it down the field. First down. Nice pickup on first down. But here we go. The defense maybe makes a play.
Loss on second down. Okay, all right. Definitely going to convert 3rd and long, probably to Hodgins.
Yeah.
But then
or will they?
They
no,
didn't.
Sir.
Bad throw.
They covered it. Yeah, Luton. Luton had some
for it
nice
on
numbers.
He
had some nice numbers here.
And then Hodgins drops the first down.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And that was like, I don't know, man, Oregon State, when they went back and watched the film of this game, they just kicked themselves.
That is the first of a couple 4th downs around the same spot in the field that are going to be very important in this game.
Yeah. So a little Oregon State does a favor, turns it over.
So yeah, we got one back.
Anthony Gordon with 20 seconds to throw here. And throws it away.
Yeah, one thing you hope with the new regime is we keep those 20-second pockets going. What an almost catch. I remember from my vantage point in this stadium, I thought he caught that. I didn't see the ball roll away.
And that was right in front of my seats, too. And I was like, he dididn't catch it. But then, of course,
what a bullet right there, man. Fucking Aesop wins.
Aesop's just eating.
He said he recorded a 4.4 the other day. Like, if he runs a 4.4, like, book him in the NFL.
Yeah. He could play inside receiver in the NFL for sure.
Yeah.
At that speed.
Here goes Max.
Borghi beats a guy to the edge.
Like it's so funny because he was angling to stay at bounds and still just avoided that guy's tackle. Like it was too easy. Oh man, so much time in the pocket again.
And then that should have been turnover number 3.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So
totally
now we're
dropped it.
Yeah, so now we're up to like 2 game-changing mistakes by Oregon State.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left, a 2nd and 10, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Slings it. Very nice. Tay Martin.
Steps up in the pocket, looks like a shortstop thrown across his body.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, we
got first down inside the 15.
We're going to get in the end zone here. Des Patman.
There it is right there. Des Patman, party on. There we go.
Beats him to the corner. 7-7, when really it should have been 3 turnovers, and we probably should have been down, 14-0, and instead it's 7-7.
Or you could say Gordon throws that ball a little longer on the first drive, touchdown. They call a face mask on the second drive.
Yeah, maybe
they scored another touchdown.
That's true. But if we're just operating,
if we want to look on the positive,
that's true. Just Oregon State,
well, if we're operating with the game that happened, the 4th down stop happened. So
yeah. Poor guys. They just they blew so many opportunities.
Hodgins caught that ball. I don't know if he catches many more. I don't know if he even catches another one.
I can't remember how many.
I thought he only had 3 catches. But, yeah. So he got 2nd and 9. Ooh, nice hit on him.
Blitz.
And the pick.
Nice blitz, and we finally get our turnover. So it's 7-7.
And we're back.
And 10 seconds left, and we're
back even again. We're back where we started. With the ball in a tie game.
Yep.
So you're like, okay, we can still do it. We can still get that 6th win. Nice, wide open Des Patman. That's
Gordo's
a harder throw than it looks, too, man. That's all the way across the field.
And he makes it look so easy, too.
I know, right?
I don't get where this thing, his arm is,
All right.
I mean, isn't his arm
Borghi
better
runs
than
in the middle. end of the first quarter, and we're gonna go to commercial again. But yeah, his arm's definitely better than Minshew's.
Right,
I don't think
and it's like
any...
I would say Minshew's got, an average-ish NFL arm, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And guys usually pick up some arm strength in training for the NFL.
Yeah.
I know Brink did, and Minshew definitely did.
I feel like some of it has to do with
first play, looking for his boy Arconato. Oh no,
comes
Brandon
up and we're
hurt?
like, oh no, he broke his arm, but he didn't.
He didn't.
He came back.
Oh, another scary throw. So kicking a field goal again feels like a failure.
Yep, feels like a loss.
Yep. You're like, no, like Oregon State's.
But we're like, hey,
at
least we're going to get 3 points because he hasn't missed
at
a
least
field
we are
goal all year.
Of course.
It's like, I don't know. Like, that was the point at which I was like, okay, we're definitely losing. I'm sorry, we're losing. We're definitely
that
losing.
Was a quick transition to the next Oregon State play. Already,
yes, it was.
Already a first down. Carson Block, his
little bootleg action.
I can't remember if it was this game or the Colorado game. I talked to Carson Block's mom because he came up and sat in front of us. She came up and sat in front of us because we're under the hood. Oh no, got to him, but
I remember when I watched that live. I was like, please tell me he fumbled before the end zone. And I'm like texting. I'm on Slack. I'm like, please tell me he fumbled before the end zone. Hey, look, it's Skylar Thomas, 5 yards behind the receiver. That's never happened before.
He's definitely in. He's definitely in. But yeah, Carson Block's mom, she was up in like full hunting gear. And unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It's not the first of those we shall see.
No.
So Oregon State kicking off from the 20.
And then Roderick
Fisher
inexplicably catches.
The fastest
hell
person on the team with 20 yards in front of him. Fair catches.
He fair caught it at the 25-yard line.
Bell took a hit there.
Took another one.
Bell takes a couple hits, gets us a first down. 2 plays. There we go.
By the way, Renard Bell's going to be sneaky awesome this year in this offense.
Oh yeah.
Get vertical from the inside. Him and Calvin and Travell Harris. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, another outside screen. This one to Esau.
Oh, that was a nice block downfield.
Not going to see a ton of those anymore.
Nope. No. There's a few. Oh, man. This game is making me miss Aesop, man.
I know. Yeah, he was dealing on this one.
Yeah, so 35-yard line. Ooh, Calvin Jackson. He'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll be fine.
That cut, man. That vicious cut.
Yep.
That cut picks him up 20 yards like nothing.
And
there we go. Renard. Easy
touchdown.
touchdown.
And
that was too easy.
14-14.
Area doesn't work inside the 10.
Yeah. 9:24 left in the second quarter. 14-14. How you feeling right now? Lucky to be tied?
Right now I'm feeling that we've already blown it because of the 3 empty possessions, because you know how my mind works.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, well, I mean, I guess we're tied. You know, somehow we've lucked into it being tied. I mean, even though we're technically a possession behind at this point, right? Because we got the ball first.
Because we had the ball first. Yeah.
But at least I'm thinking, well, you know, I mean, it could be definitely this could have been worse. I mean, this could have been 21-7 or something at this point. Like,
yeah.
So feeling pretty okay.
All right, first play of the drive, 9:22 left.
Play action.
Great pursuit, terrible
another
tackle.
Missed tackle. Boy, that never happens.
Yeah, that was they had it. They knew what the play was, and they just let him go by. That one came up on film, I'm sure.
Hey,
that was a hell of a tackle
in space.
Hicks,
George Hicks.
Yeah,
good job, buddy.
Hicks actually played pretty decently.
There's Hodgins' third catch. I think that was it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. Nice tackle from Marcus Strong.
All right, we got 3rd and 3.
What's at stake? Winner becomes bowl eligible like the whole time on this. So funny. Hey, they shut it
little
down
tackle for
on
loss.
third down.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Will
now we're
Rodgers
back.
Destroy somebody. We got a punt.
We're back. We're back. The seesaw is even. The seesaw is even again. Now I'm feeling better. Now in the stands,
We're no longer a
Craig
possession
is
behind.
feeling better. We're no longer possession behind. We're back at 0-0. Oh, pump fake, looking, guarded. McIntosh, nope.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
If maybe.
Almost.
Loss of 3? What? Oh, wow. How does
that?
that?
The sickest play.
How, like,
The sickest play.
just
All
like.
right, so that for those of you not watching, that was the one where Gordon kind of rolled to his right, stepped up in the pocket, slinged it through, kind of behind Renard Bell, but also kind of behind the defender. And then next play, shovel pass
to McIntosh.
the shovel pass that hasn't worked in like 2 years.
It worked there.
It worked. He pulled that sucker back out.
Only in big games, baby.
Yeah, and all of a sudden
And
we're up by a touchdown.
McIntosh was his first big play in about 3 months.
I can't believe Pac-12 networks did not show they show a replay of the touchdown, but they didn't show a replay of that.
Yeah, they're
pass.
play before, so they're on Pac-12 Network Football on 60. They're going to commercial and coming back. Yeah, I still don't know how that ball got through to Bell. Like
I
that
don't
was average arm strength, Jeff.
Yeah,
average arm strength.
Right. But he does like these little. That was
Right.
another one of his weird arm
First
angles,
play of the
kind
drive,
flicking
451, 21-14 Cougs. Luton
the top.
going deep, and he's
And
got his
he's got
man.
That guy torched us all game.
Yep.
Can't remember his name,
Oh, Jefferson, they about broke his leg trying to do that tackle.
but Jahad Woods holds on.
All right, 21-14.
And
OSU's taking a timeout on the, or we're taking a timeout. But
it was
hey,
a
it
false
worked.
Start. They got called for a
False start.
Then we got tackle for loss. Then we got third and long.
Third and 14 from
little
about the
stunt,
35.
Screen pass.
And
you know how
they've
this
got
goes.
it. Yep. Pickup of 16 and a 17 and a first down inside the 20
So predictable.
on a 3rd and 14. Going to the end zone. Terrible throw again.
And they called him for illegal contact or something ridiculous.
Well, they don't have that penalty.
Well, whatever it was. Maybe they called it pass interference. It's a terrible call.
Because
They did call it uncatchable.
Yep.
That's right.
The ball was because it was. It was like
it was totally
10
uncatchable.
10 yards over his head. Like it was not catchable, and it was out of bounds. Luton looking for the big man in the middle. Can't find him in the touch. And then
we'll see that again.
Yep. Musgrave, the big man. They got some pressure on him, throwing on the move, and Skylar Thomas is beat again. This time, the big man, a different big man, catches the ball.
Different large human.
I don't think I can pronounce that guy's name.
He got like boxed out like on a rebound. He looked like a guard trying to get around Vova. I don't know. I couldn't think of a better way to describe
I
it.
think a lot of guards could get around Boba. Yeah, basically
I don't know,
did.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
just
boxed
standing
him
in front of him.
Yeah.
So 21 to, we didn't have to watch the extra point that time. 21-21.
Hooray.
Kickoff is returnable this time, and Fisher's going to try to do it, and then he shows us why he didn't return the last one. Just really
I remember
looked...
thinking when I watched that, I'm like, why are you returning that one when you didn't return the other one? Probably because the coaches yelled at him.
Borghi
Coach is probably like, what the hell are you doing? You got to return that. And then he's like, okay, fine. And then he returns the next one and ends up bad. Anyway.
Borghi makes 3 guys miss for 6 yards, first down. First down to Tay on a slant. Right.
Yeah. Tay Martin actually catching balls. That's kind of cool. That was
tipped and scary on the screen pass, looking for Harris.
2nd and 10.
Well, here we go. Picked
Throws
off
an interception
again.
when Borghi was wide open. Flat at the top. He might have run for 30 yards. If he
Tries to go to Tay down the sideline. Tay's double covered.
With
You gotta
108 left. Game's
108
tied.
left. 108 left in the first half. Game's tied. There was no. It was that throw would had to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that was
he
bad.
probably
That bad decision right there.
He just didn't see the guy underneath. I think.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
Nice pressure on him.
We actually got
pass.
a pretty good amount of pressure in this half.
Yeah.
Will Rogers especially was kind of all over people, but
and big completion inside Coug territory, inside the 40.
Tight end again.
Tight end, the same guy that caught the touchdown. Going
Going
to that
deep,
same big man.
end.
Ooh. Scott thought Thomas could pick that off on the ricochet, but he couldn't get to it. Luton scrambling. Nope. Oh, another dropped pass. Big number 81. I think 3 straight targets for him. All right, they're getting pressure on him again.
Blitz.
Just absolutely leveled him. And incomplete. So nice stand from the Cougs. 4th and 10. Oregon State's going to try a 47-yarder with 32 seconds left. And they got it. So,
but now I'm thinking 26 seconds. Oh, that's plenty of time.
Plenty
Let's
of
go
time.
score some points.
Let's go score puntos. And they were definitely avoiding Harris.
Yeah, they're kicking it right to Roderick.
Roderick Fisher fair catch the ball inside the 20, which you may know is essentially a touchback now. I always that black coat that Leach always would wear on cold days. I never have seen it in the store, and I love that coat, and I would love to have that coat.
Yeah, Nike always makes like some stuff that really only goes to the teams in the athletic department. So
they spend a lot of time. There's a lot of time between these possessions for 26 seconds left in the half. It's like for a 45-minute broadcast, it's kind of weird that they would spend so much time waiting for this pointless drive.
Oh, that's right. We just let the clock run.
Just let the clock run out. Why are they? And they're just they have to cut so much time, and we're watching it. Okay,
we
so
let the clock run
they
out.
they cut it go with we had 2 timeouts, 26 seconds. One of the best offenses in football.
Why not just kneel it if that's what you're going to do?
All right, we went to commercial. We came back. Now we are the start of the second half. Cougs are kicking off. Start of the third quarter, down 24-21. Oregon State is getting the ball. We are doomed.
I know. We're down 3, and Oregon State's getting the ball.
We're going to be down 10 in
down 10
in about a couple minutes here. There's Jefferson getting loose again. First down up the right side. And oh man, there he goes, another 7-yard pickup on first down. Fuck. I'm just feeling like shit right now. I'm pissed off. I know we're not going to win the Apple Cup.
Nope. Oregon State's definitely going to score here. And
3rd and 5, they're definitely getting this. Oh wait, incomplete to the right. Nice play from George Hicks again. George Hicks having himself again. A punt, an Oregon State punt. Fair catch from Travell on the 14. Here we go.
And a false start.
To start the drive. Now we're on the 9.
Probably the only mistake Abe Lucas made all year.
And they snuffed out that Borghi quick pass. That almost looked backwards. That was almost a run. 2nd and 14 now. Gordon, 1,000,000 seconds. Rolls to the right. Shoved out of bounds. Just throw it away, man. But he did pick up 2, so we got a 3rd and 12. Again, tons of time, but he's lofts it for Dez. Can't
and
quite.
He should have had it.
Dez got to pull that in. He slides, lets it off his hands.
And now we're punting, and we're definitely screwed again.
Yeah, now we're back on the wrong end of the seesaw. Hell of a punt from Dragicevic. Was a 60-yard punt? That totally, but then first down undoes the nice punt.
Flemings, that's the guy's
Flemings
name.
again, the little man Flemings, 16
Screw
over the middle,
guy.
17 yards.
And another throw
Yeah,
at the tight end.
81, but that was kind of harmless, 6 yards. That cut, big cut, but didn't get him much. But
Jihad. Someone got to teach that brother.
Jihad overran that one just a little bit. So 3rd and 2, they don't run.
Well, yeah,
WSU
the quarterback
is not
keeps
fooled.
it on a little
Carson
zone read, and if he hands it off, dude runs for probably 15 or 20
Carson
yards.
Block with the sack, 4-yard loss.
So going for it on 4th and 6.
Going for it on 4th and 6. Here they go. Big play. Big play. Oh, they dropped
Another
it.
drop.
Wide open. Number 1 dropped it.
All right,
Wide
so
open.
that's major mistake number 4
Yeah.
for Oregon State.
Oh, and Harris, a hell of a, just squirts through, picks up a first down. Like, hell of a run after the catch right there on the screen. Oh, second down, so maybe only got 9. But, yeah, that was a hell of a one. So, 2nd and 1. Slinging it to McIntosh. Catches it between his knees.
I remember watching it during the game. I'm like, oh, he dropped it. God, wait, what? Did he actually catch it?
I'm still not sure he actually caught it. I think it gets held up on review, but I don't.
Look at this. See, this is what I love about Pac-12 and 60. They will show a review. Like, instead of just being like,
like it was held. It's fine.
The result of the play is fine. That's such a hilarious catch. Oh, my God.
Oh, he did catch it.
Oh, he totally caught it.
Yeah.
He 100% caught it. The key is, like, it looks like the ball's going to touch the ground, and then he gets his hand.
And he gets it. He gets his hand there, and
right
it's just sticking between his knees there, and he
Way to go,
gets
man.
it.
That's a hell of a play. That's a hell of a play.
They said it only stood too. They didn't call it confirmed, but it looked confirmed to me. And we're back 30 from the 37. Slings it right to Aesop. Aesop wasn't thinking the same thing there.
No.
Aesop was going deep. Didn't. And then Calvin Jackson with the most beautiful like run with the football I've ever seen. Like he just looks like a track star, catches the ball over the middle, sprints easy for a touchdown. Easy 35, 37-yard touchdown right there.
He is low-key going to have – like he's going to shock people this year. I don't know if he's going to shock our fans, but any sort of casual observer.
Look at that. Just destroys his man off the line.
Kills him
on
off
the
the
slant.
line.
Perfect throw from Gordon. Absolutely perfect throw from Gordon.
And then sets up the safety with just a subtle little shoulder shake.
And then just that sprint to the end zone.
That's the thing. Like it wasn't like he outraced those guys with ease. You know, I could see him having a really huge year where people maybe aren't.
All right, then we get a chest bump, elbow bump. That's a COVID, elbow bump he got with Harris. We're going to commercial again. Cougs up 28-24. Coming back for the kickoff. 8:06 to play in the third quarter.
And we are back on the right side of the seesaw.
Back on the right side of the seesaw. I mean, the seesaw's a little weird now because it's a 4-point game.
Right. But
very first play. Oregon State, very first play. The backup, Pierce, the big hitter back. Picks up, 20, 25 right off the bat, 20 yards.
It doesn't matter who's carrying the ball.
Yeah, it really
makes no difference.
They reshowed that. Like, of all the plays they reshowed, just like a standard, I don't know. Knocked it out. So Hodgins goes up for a catch on the sideline, and Strong just knocked it out. Very nice play. I don't think Hodgins makes another catch this game. And then a nice little stuff on second down. 3rd and 8 now.
Long.
And they ain't getting it. And
Skylar
Thomas with the play.
Thomas.
He's been getting picked on by that number 81. Yeah. Not that time. Knocks it out of his hands.
Not today, Junior.
Not today. At least not this play.
play.
Oregon State is punting again. Who knew? Another punt. 2 straight punts.
And now we're feeling
what
like,
world
hey,
do we live in now? Yeah, to get a touchdown,
if we can
just keep getting touchdowns.
Maybe
just
maybe
keep
this game's
scoring.
over the other way.
If we just keep scoring touchdowns the rest of the way, we'll win. That's what you know.
They can't catch us.
Quick to Tavares over the middle, Travell over the middle, and then to
mesh.
Bell over the middle, where we got mesh
Another
back to back for first
mesh
downs.
3 plays in a row.
3 plays, mesh in a row. Got Tay picking up about 6 or 7.
Mesh. Threw it to 3 different receivers, though.
2nd and 4, 5 minutes left in the. Oh, nice throw! Wow, and so I love that Bell on the out pattern catches it, makes a nice little cutback. Then you got Borghi getting kind of shut down in the middle. We got a few, though. 2nd and 7. Oh, I found Borghi.
Dump off to Borghi, first down.
Oregon State was definitely watching the Borghi dump offs in this game. I swear, like he was. They were swarmed to him, but he still got about 7 or 8 yards to pick up first down there. Now that was a heck of a throw,
That
Anthony.
was the throw. So a little rollout.
Rolling.
Hitting Patman
Dropped
on the
it over.
sideline.
Dropped it over a linebacker. Patman with a nice catch. Now they're inside the 10 again. Get to Borghi. Can't get around a tackle. Not that time. No gain.
First and goal.
Or actually,
second
probably
goal.
lost a
Yeah,
yard
he lost a
there.
couple
They're
yards.
right on the 10 now, right where they want to be. Going to Renard Bell.
Renard
Fucking
Bell.
absolute dime. That's from the opposite hash
Yeah.
across the field.
NFL throw.
Average arm strength,
Yeah.
people. His 44th touchdown pass, Pac-12 record. Cougs are up 2 possessions.
44 touchdowns, Craig. 44 damn touchdowns.
It's not
That's
where he
such a
stopped
great
either.
throw.
Gets
Just
a few
right
more
in
in
the
this
bucket.
game. Yeah, beautiful
And
throw.
then, of course, Renard with the Jordans.
Renard,
Gorgeous, gorgeous
shoe
shoes.
game. Shoe game, hair game, all of it. Cougs up 35-24. There is 1:44 left in the third.
Yeah,
We
this
are
game's
feeling
over, Craig.
pretty good.
This is it. This game's over.
Feeling pretty good. We have
We're
done
up by
it.
2 scores.
Start that bowling ball.
Yeah.
Let's
Definitely
show
not
this-
coming back now.
Show another touchback. Pac-12 Network, so useful. Oregon State started on the 25, as most teams did in this game. Under center, Luton, and that didn't work. Nice defensive play from the Cougs. Held them to 1 on first down on the run. Definitely got held in the middle there, but incomplete pass. That was intended for Hodgins. Hodgins was not in the picture. On 3rd and 9, wide open, and he caught that one.
He tried
Bobbled
to
it. He wanted to drop it.
He wanted
Lindsey.
to drop
Yeah, he dropped an earlier one, but he caught that one. Picked up about 35 yards. They're on the 40 now. Not good.
Yeah. Feels like we're now keyed up to stop the run, and that's always a disaster.
But yeah, and they are. They
Yeah, no, they haven't broken off a big run in a little while, but
all right, we got end of the third quarter. It's 35-24 Cougs. Calvin Jackson, Renard Bell, domination.
Gordo. Love that guy. I'm going to miss him.
It's 35-24. What could happen in this final quarter?
Yeah, there's no way that Oregon State could come back from this because our offense is unstoppable.
There's no way they could come back from a 10-plus point deficit, and there's no way we could also do the same in this one quarter.
No, of course not. That would be preposterous.
All right, first play, Jefferson picks up the first down, just barely.
Barely.
Just barely. Oh, maybe short. 4th and 1. Here we go. Big play. Oh, they got it. They got that big old quarterback. He just barreled
Quarterback sneak for 3
Quarterback
yards.
sneak.
Where have I seen
Play
that?
action. This is not looking good. No. Big
there were
man.
4 dudes.
4
there were 4
guys.
defenders.
This is the 3rd different big man. This is number 84.
Luton's running down the field like, I can't even believe that worked.
Yeah,
Like,
he just tossed
he's
it
like,
up.
oh. He just
Jumped
threw
over
it up
4
to
guys
a tight end in
for
the
a
middle
touchdown.
Of 4 guys. Oh, my God.
For
that was so
a
horrible.
touchdown.
I cannot believe that actually happened.
And then he bounced on the player to make it a touchdown.
Yeah, actually, I can 100% believe that happened. Like, that happened all year.
Now they're going for 2 to try to cut it to a 3-point game. I have a feeling they're going to make this one.
You think so?
I think they might.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
I'll bet it all.
They didn't.
Marcus Strong.
No, wait, they didn't make it on that one. Does that count?
I
If
said
we were actually
this
betting.
one. I said this one, not that one. To Jefferson, or I mean, not to Jefferson, but the other
Pierce.
guy. Pierce picks it up. 2-point conversion. Because they got to start on the 1.5 for that one. After there was a pass interference on the first try, if you guys didn't know.
If you're not watching.
Oh, and we got to get in the advertisement. The Reese's go for 2.
Right. Thanks, Pac-12 Network. That's definitely
I think
important for
the better Reese's go for 2 is the one that happens at the end of the game.
Yes. Agreed.
Another touchback kickoff. No, Borghi's bringing this one out. Borghi's bringing it out. Shouldn't
They were tired
have.
of him. Tired of
Well,
him
he did
kicking
get
it
to the
off.
25.5, but they put him right on the 25.
Well, this was where Travell
McIntosh catch out of the catch out of the backfield, sprinting, still going inside the 35.
We were like,
huge
where's that
play.
been all year?
Well, when he can stretch his legs, he's pretty damn good. But and then Jackson with a nice little 9-yarder in his last game.
McIntosh runs like an outside receiver. Like he's got those long
Borghi,
strides.
Nice hole,
for
picks up
10.
first down easily. On 2nd and 1, picks up about 10. Yeah, inside the 20 now.
And at this point,
Gordon
we're feeling
to
like
the sideline.
we're,
Another 8 for Renard.
Right, like Oregon State
Inside
can't
the
catch
10.
up because we're going to keep scoring.
We're just going to keep scoring. Just keep scoring. We can't lose. Here we go. Ooh, that was a tough pass to make. Knocked down by the Oregon State, trying to go to Jackson in the corner of the end zone, the inside corner. Trying to go to Arcanado on 3rd and 2, but
with the worst spot you will ever see.
Yeah, picked up 1, 4th and 1. Easy first down to Jackson. Easy first down. Just slung it out. Yep. Picked up 4 or 5 down. We got 1st and goal from the 1. Borghi ball, touchdown.
See, we're good.
We might see that again.
This is easy.
We're up.
They can't stop us.
Going to be up 10 again.
Us. Doesn't matter if our defense can't score. It doesn't matter.
Going to be up 10 with 9:52 to go. I mean, there's no way they're going to score 3 touchdowns in a row.
No,
and
that can't happen.
And put us
not
in
even
an
against our
impossible
defense.
situation.
Impossible.
I mean, really, they only need 2, but there's no way they're going to score 3. And plus, they're not going to stop us. So, pretty decent kickoff return out to the 31. So, Luton first play. Oh, he had the pick. He had the game in his hands. Justice
that
Rogers.
Really would have been Justice Rogers.
That would have been the game because he would have been running, man.
Yep.
He would have been running. He might have scored. And very next play, Luton goes deep for a one-handed catch.
That was Hodgins.
That was Hodgins' last catch.
That's right.
A pretty big one.
Yep. So you go from probably a pick. Well, you go from a pick to maybe a pick 6 to now you got a.
You go from a pick and then you're going to have the ball inside the 30.
Ridiculous one-handed catch.
Ridiculous one-handed catch. Great coverage by Strong.
You can't be mad about that.
They stopped there. Keying on the run. The limit to him with 3 yards on first down to Pierce. They barely showed that on. And then Luton.
I don't know what he was doing, but
yeah, thanks, man. Just making it easy. So he picks up 3 yards on the keeper. 3rd and 4, going to the sideline. Another amazing catch. Just the guy who couldn't catch a damn ball, and now he catches it on the sideline, gets his foot down, and then Jefferson touchdown very next play.
At this point, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm just thinking
just keep scoring.
Really, we got to do it like this. Can't we just at least make it hard for him to score so that it burns some clock or something? And
yeah,
no, of course not.
No, they scored in less than 2 minutes there. Another commercial. If you're watching on Pac-12, coming back. There's 7:32 left in the 4th. And they tried an onside kick, and it worked.
They got it. Of course it worked.
Now we're fucked.
Yeah.
Surprise onside kick works.
Which shouldn't have been a surprise at all.
First play, Luton tries to go to Hodgins. We know he's not going to catch because he's done catching balls.
How do you get surprised by that? I want to go back to that for a sec. I mean, as the game's going on, whatever. Yeah. Dude tries to hurdle. It
doesn't really work. He didn't really jump very high. But yeah.
Down.
I don't know how you get surprised by that. It's Oregon State. And
touchdown.
Then wide open, Jamar Jefferson on the wheel route. Wheel route, easy touchdown. We get to hear
it's just a half beat too late.
Get to hear the Oregon State call. Yeah.
Anyway, should have never been surprised on that onside because they know they can't stop us unless Des Patman drops the ball right into the defender's hand.
Des Patman, not the first time he did that, drops the ball on the slant right into Oregon State. Oregon State with the ball again. There's 6:30 left, and Jefferson has picked up a first down. Cougs are trailing now, 46-42.
If I believed
6
in
minutes
momentum,
left.
if I believed in momentum, I'd be
And
thinking
then
we're. I just
Oregon
at this point,
State has second
I'm not
goal,
thinking we're
5 minutes
screwed 'cause of
left.
momentum. I'm thinking we're just screwed because we're just screwed because our.
You think you're just
defense is
screwing yourself right now by stopping them on those last two, and then on third down they get the touchdown, 4:17
Okay.
to play.
Now, at this point, were you like me? Were you just sitting there going like, "Fuck, how did that happen?"
Yeah,
Like,
and
how
I was
did
like,
we
we
go
blew
from
it.
being up by 10 to being
To
down
down
by
11.
11? It's like, how did that even happen?
You're like, we blew it. Like, we blew the game. Like, I was just sitting with my head in my hands, and I had no emotion on this drive. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I didn't cheer. I didn't do anything. Swing pass to Borghi, nothing. I feel nothing. We already lost. Nice chunk play to Aesop. Doesn't matter. We've already lost. It doesn't matter. Like, we blew it.
I was just in
Like,
disbelief. Like, I'm sitting there like, I can't.
like, we're not going to the
how
bowl
did this
game.
even happen?
Incomplete pass. Here we go. 2nd and 10. We're desperate. This is not going to happen. We're going 5-7. Fuck this. Fuck everything. Whatever. 11 yards to Tay. That doesn't matter. None of this matters. None of this matters.
Well,
3
and it's all
minutes.
taken forever, too, right? Like,
Yeah,
we're just
yeah. You're
dink and
taking
dunk
too
and
long.
dink
We've
and
already
dunk.
taken over a minute with our set.
Another
And then we
dump off to
dinking it.
Borghi. Yay,
Dump to
we
Borghi,
got a
but
first
Borghi,
down.
luckily, he gets out
Who
of bounds.
cares?
14. Who cares?
Two and
Whatever.
a half minutes left now.
Barely.
We're down 11.
Now we're going deep. Oh, and that was interference. Obviously,
Doesn't matter. It's still only 15.
Doesn't matter.
yards.
There's still 2 minutes left. Like, we're not coming back. 2:16. Okay, Patman, and he's scoring. But this is
okay. We're in.
good
but
job,
There's 2 minutes
but
left.
defense has to stop him
And-
at this point, or we have to get an onside kick. One
and
or
we
the
only
other.
and we only have 2 timeouts.
We only have 2 timeouts. Defense has to stop him, or we have to get an onside kick, or both. We're going to try an onside kick, obviously, because our defense is terrible.
Well, we got to get
We're going
2
for
points
2.
first.
We're going for 2. Going for 2. Nope, not happening.
And we don't get 2.
Totally covered. Totally covered. Lucky that guy didn't. And then we try an onside kick.
Which
Ooh, it was close,
wasn't
man. They
half
dropped
bad.
it. Oregon State bobbled it. We had a chance at it. So we're sitting here like it's over. We're not
Okay.
stopping them. Especially
Yeah,
they pick up
and-
6 on first down. But they skipped right to fourth down. Fourth down.
How
Man,
did they skip right to 4th down?
they skipped right to fourth down, and they stopped them.
Okay, there's 110
Okay,
now.
Coug have the ball. Take all the suspense. Cougs have the
Holy
ball.
shit.
So I
We
was
don't even
screaming.
get to
I'm like,
build to
let's go
this.
let's go score a fucking touchdown. Is what I was doing. I was screaming at
Yeah.
everyone in my thing. We're gonna go score. We're gonna score. We're gonna win. We're gonna. So my whole outlook on life has changed at this point. Like, we are going to win this game, and then almost an interception.
almost
43
interception.
seconds.
4th and 8.
Fourth and 8.
Fourth and
Need
8.
this.
Gordo
Need this play. Got him.
Flicks it, flicks
Tay
it to
Martin. Oh fuck.
30 seconds left. Spike.
Spiking
Why
it.
Spike?
Why are you spiking it? I screamed
God
that
damn
for
it.
sure.
Just
Why are you-
wasting
okay,
downs.
play fake, going deep to the end zone. That's not there.
Also not there. So now we got 3rd and 10.
24 seconds, 3rd and
left.
10. We wasted it down, so it's
Wasted
3rd and
it
10 already.
down.
Oh, but where are we going? Oh, Aesop
Oh!
Winston. What a catch.
Aesop, the man. 14 seconds, 1st and goal.
14 seconds, first a goal.
Gordon
Where are we going?
dancing around, throws it away. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 2nd
8
goal.
seconds, 2nd and goal.
No timeouts.
And here we go.
And-
That is obvious pass interference.
Now, funny story here. I heard from someone who was down on the sidelines that that the defensive coaches were telling Oregon State to just pass interference.
Yeah.
Just let him run out of time, basically.
But here we go. 4 seconds left.
4
and
seconds left, and they
Borghi
handed
up the
it
middle.
off!
It's a touchdown. It's a fucking touchdown. Why did there have to be 1 second left? Whatever.
I know.
But like,
Okay, so with 1 second left, I was sitting down there. First thing I did is I turned to the other guy and went. I turned to the person next to me and was like, "Don't even kick the extra point. Just take a knee. Take a knee." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "No. Seriously, just take a knee. You do not want this thing. Like the 1 point's not even worth it." And then they actually did it. Like, Mike Leach gets made fun of a lot.
and then, of course, they don't show it, but Renard Bell cartwheel is why they're
Yeah.
kicking from the 20. And then this is hilarious.
And then we got
pitches.
the forever.
I like at
pitching.
first you're about here.
That
You're a
one
little
was
scared.
definitely
That you're
forward.
scared. That was
Okay,
definitely
that
forward.
second one was definitely forward, and they didn't throw a flag. And then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, now we're continuing to go backward.
And now at this point, you're like, okay, it's not happening. They're not doing it. Like, it's fine.
I don't know, man. At this point, I'm like, everybody's
The
looking pretty
fullback
tired.
has the ball.
Everybody's looking pretty tired.
They're back on the 10 at this point. They have moved backwards, and the big fat white guy has the ball, and he fumbles it, and
Carson
it is
Block's
over.
trying to go score a touchdown, and it's fine.
It's not Carson Block. Carson Block's number 50.
Oh.
And we got the
Tristan
bowl. Just
Brock.
got the bowl in.
Sorry.
Tristan Brock, thank you.
Sounds the same.
But yeah, man. Oh, now it wants to show me the Rolovich interview after the Pac-12 tournament. I'm going to stop that. But
I don't know about you, but I need a cigarette.
That was...
you used that line last week.
I know, but it's apropos again.
Oh, just like... So the
when you watch it on Pac-12 and 60, it's just so
I
rapid
know,
fire.
it comes so fast.
Those
You
last
lose the
10
buildup,
minutes, those last 10 minutes are just insane.
Yeah.
Like because
you
in
lose all
between
the
there
drama.
was like when we're at the game, there's just so much time between these plays, and you have so much time to think about why your life sucks and why this sucks and why like fucking A, they blew it. We're gonna go lose the Apple Cup. We're gonna be 5-7. Like. What the hell happened? Like, because it went from 42 to 32 to 53 to 42 in like a blink.
Yep.
Like 5 minutes of game time, but like it was a blink. Like it was 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
And
it was that onside kick that really did it. Like that was the big when you
and then the interception inside the 30, of course.
Right. I mean that's the other part. It's like so as this team was wont to do all year long, they figured out a way to make it easier for the other team by not being prepared for an onside kick and then and then shooting themselves in the foot with an interception. But it's pretty cool. Des Patman makes that mistake but then ends up scoring one of the touchdowns that gets them close at the end. And it's just this game was just this entire season in a nice little one game package. It really had everything. The explosive offense, the mistakes by pretty much everyone. Right, the defense just inexplicably making physical errors, mental errors, you name it. And somehow they still won, and they got to go bowling, which of course the bowl game didn't turn out real great, but
I had a hell of a time in Phoenix. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, so for those of you that went, but the game itself wasn't a real exciting product, but yeah, it just this game was had a little bit of everything, and it's the 2019 season in a nutshell. Someday when we're old and we're like, our kids are like, Daddy, our grandkids, Daddy, what was the 2019 season like? We'll be like, here, watch this game because that's like the whole season.
And honestly, my emotion after that game, when we like, because of like the stakes, like because it's both teams are looking for a bowl, like there was like this heightened sort of like importance to that game, which normally wouldn't be attributed with 2 like 5-5 teams at the end of the season or whatever. Because both teams are playing really tough, games the next which probably you're both writing off as losses. They both want this win to get to bowl eligibility. Even the broadcast knew it too. They were playing it up like winner gets bowl eligibility, loser probably ain't going to a bowl. And I've obviously we in the stands and we felt that. And obviously people watching at home felt that. And because my emotion during that game was insane. Like I was like, as I was saying, like when we were scoring that drive to pull within a score at the end with like 2 minutes left, you're like, this doesn't matter. Like we need a miraculous onside kick, which is not going to happen. And if that doesn't happen, we have to stop them, which is obviously not going to happen because they're just going to run the ball 3 times. And it's going to be it's kind of funny they didn't show 2nd down and 3rd down because Oregon State picks up 6 yards on 1st down.
Yeah. At that point, we're like, fuck, they're just going to run it 1 or 2 more times, pick up the 1st down, and that'll be that.
But they run it, and WSU stops them.
Right.
And WSU stops them again.
Yep.
And then you have, or did Oregon State throw an incomplete pass?
They threw it in there because we ended up because we needed the
we
clock
saved
to
a
stop.
timeout.
We saved a timeout. And
we saved timeout.
I know this was sort of a popular thing to say after the game, And it was hard to say without it coming off sort of patronizing, but really, I mean, I do respect Jonathan Smith for as aggressive as they were. They definitely were playing to win and definitely not playing not to lose. Someone might quibble with that. Look, because it's a results-based business, right? And the results didn't turn out the way that they wanted. I'm sure someone might quibble and say, well, if they just run it 3 times, then they would have gotten to the same place they got to on 4th down, but without, there would have been less.
I mean, they probably punted if there's if there's 50 seconds left, they might punt the ball.
So I will say this though, I'm always one that's like super, like I want my coaches to be aggressive. I want them to go for the win, go for the kill. Like I want that. But if you run the ball on 1st down and you get 6 yards, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure I want my coach to just go run on the next 2 plays.
Run. Yep.
Like if you've only got 4 yards, it's one thing if you
the
run it on,
second run is
yes. If you run it on 1st down and you get 1 or 2 yards, or maybe 3, it's like you're just kind of going, maybe you try a safe throw. I don't know, but you're, the throw becomes a lot more appealing at that point. If you've got 2nd and 4, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of thinking I got to maybe ram it up in there twice to just, 4 yards with 2 runs. You kind of got to like your chances there. But again, I'm not gonna drag the guy for trying to be aggressive, trying to get that 1st down, knowing that a 1st down ends the game. And if you're an Oregon State fan, I mean, I don't feel too bad for him because, fuck them. We got to go to our bowl game, but I do feel a little bit of empathy for them, knowing kind of where their program has been and really being, maybe a half dozen mistakes away from winning that game. That's a pretty tough pill for them to swallow. And I do feel a little bit for their fans, even if I regret nothing.
But and I know I lost my absolute mind after the Cougs won that game.
Yeah.
That was such a fun win, and obviously it was stressful in that. But at the end, like it's like it's like winning. It felt just as big as like when they won like bigger games, like beating Oregon and beating USC and whatever, like. Because of the way it happened, when you come back, when you just absolutely think this game is over, and then they come back and win, like I have a ridiculous picture of like just of Amanda and I, and it's me, and just like I just am like, just look ridiculous, like just like tears of joy in my eyes, and like just like so happy, and it's so funny. And it's so funny that like this, what ultimately was, to most college football people would be like a meaningless game in the end of November with a half-empty stadium, with no students, obviously because it was Thanksgiving, the start of Thanksgiving break, and it was the second consecutive home game, and so a lot of people didn't travel who even have season tickets, and so I think the official attendance I said was 22,000. I don't even think it was even that much, but it still was at the end you're like, all those people missed out that didn't go, because this is like, it ended up feeling like a good atmosphere at the end because we were all just so excited that there was so much energy, and it was a lot of fun, and I just had a blast, and I'm glad I could it's Amanda I think is she's undefeated for a while. I don't think she's seen a loss, so that would have ruined her streak, so I'm glad they picked that one up.
Well, and this game shows, you talked about the energy in the stadium. I mean, the cranky people out there will be like, oh, who cares about all these bowl games? Like, all you got to be is, like a 3-6 league team gets to go to a bowl game, and it's like a participation trophy. And all you had to do was look at the response that the players had after winning that game to know, like how much it does mean to get bowl eligible and how much it does mean to go to a bowl game. It means a lot to those guys, and they put in more hours and more work than I would imagine the vast majority of our fans realize. It really is a lot of work year round, and to come down to 12 games as it does for a football season.
Yeah, and the tough season that they had, like some of the losses, the UCLA loss, the Oregon loss, the Arizona State loss.
They should have been bowl eligible already.
Yeah.
At that point, and they weren't. And so to accomplish that and see, Gordo, going out and rolling his helmet like a bowling ball. And anyway, just, it's still very cool. It still means something. Even if fans want to be, poo-poo it like it's not a big deal. It really does matter, and it really is a big deal. And even if it maybe, on balance doesn't really do a lot for the program to go to a mediocre bowl game, in terms of like profile, prestige, recruiting, whatever, it definitely does something for the players, and that's good enough for me.
And honestly, like that, it will always be one of my favorite memories in Martin Stadium, just because of all of what you said, what that team went through, and how many times I've seen WSU be on the other end of that fucking game.
For sure.
Like in Martin Stadium, I've seen them be in the other end of that game.
Yep.
And how many times I've seen that comeback attempt fall short, and how good it felt when we got that ball back and we knew we had that offense. We knew we had Gordo. We had all those receivers. We had Max Borghi. There's a minute left. They're going to go fucking score. And they did. And they scored with a fucking run. And it was perfect, like, ending. And it was obviously the last, like, happy moment of the the last win of the season. And
yeah.
And really, like, in the movie, they just play the end of that, and everyone's happy, and they don't show the rest of what happened.
Yeah, they roll the credits and be like,
yeah.
And the Cougars ended up going to a bowl game. And that's like kind of where it ends. They tell the story of the players.
It was just like, it was just so fun to experience, and I'm glad I got to be there, and
me too.
I'm glad, like, it was a fucking blast, and I'm just tense right now, having watched a 45-minute rapid fire a video of it. Just thinking about how long they took at the end of that first half, where they were like watching the time tick down. It's like, why can't you just save some of those seconds?
Yeah.
To give the end of the game a little bit more of the drama that it required.
Yeah.
Because, like, man, if you're talking about the Cougs score, Oregon State scores, Cougs score, all of that happens in under 10 minutes. Yep. Like that, when you're in that 45-minute format, it's just insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, I'm glad we picked this one, man. It was fun to relive.
I'm not sure there's another 2019 game I really want to revisit, but that was a good one.
Yeah. I'm sure we could. I don't know. There might be another one. Trying to think what the other ones are. I guess the other ones are blowouts. The Stanford and Colorado were blowouts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Stanford one might be fun just because, screw those guys. But
yeah, and then the rest is all the non-conference wins. I mean, Houston was fun, but there's no 1 hour edition of that on the internet as far as I know. That's true. Or any recording of it. Maybe we could go on ESPN. They might have it. So we could do a 3-hour watch of it.
I feel like we should do a throwback game. I don't know.
Yeah,
the throwback games are hard though because we don't have 60.
Yeah,
and we don't have 60-minute versions of them, which makes life a lot more difficult.
Makes it a lot better for podcasting.
Yeah, nobody wants to listen to an hour-long version with,
You don't want to listen to us and Jeff. Version, me and Jeff trying to talk over 3 hours of football.
No, you don't. Not unless you're coming out to the bar with us or something while the game is on, and just hang.
Well, then we're just going to ignore you and be yelling at the TV a lot.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. All right. Good show, buddy.
Yeah, that was fun. I wish we didn't have to do this, but we don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something will happen between now and next week.
Shout out to Nicarolo buying buying all them pizzas from Cella's for Pullman General.
Yeah.
And then before that, what were the other restaurants? Nueva Vallarta, getting 20 meals for people there, free meals. What else did we have?
Cella's was the last one. And
there was a
restaurant, right?
Chinese restaurant, which I can't remember which one. And then the first night was Pizza Perfection. So this guy winning the off season. Hopefully we can get the same sort of success.
God, I hope so. There's nothing worse than a guy you really like who doesn't succeed.
Yeah.
Like that. We had that with Paul Wolf. I don't really want that again. So
yeah.
Let's not do that. Let's win games.
Win games.
Yeah.
All right. If you have any suggestions and also have a link to a game that you want us to do, we're probably going to do this a few more times. Let us know. podcastversuseveryone@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions on that. I also have some other suggestions of things we can talk about. I'll let you know those later. So it's very funny. Someone, Papa Divers on Twitter, saw what we were watching and said this one most definitely did a number on my time on the planet. Definitely.
Yep. Like we said, took at least an hour off your life.
Yeah. But so send us an email or a tweet at Pod versus Everyone or at the Craig Powers if you have any things for us to watch. Again, 3-hour broadcast we're probably not going to do just for the sake of time.
For the sake of everyone.
For the sake of everyone. But yeah, we'll probably stick to the 60-minute ones if we can find them. But yeah, this actually worked out better. It worked out better when we were doing it remotely than I thought it would, Jeff. So that was still pretty fun, man.
Yeah, worked out great.
Yeah, well, we'll probably be doing it again. Obviously, if you're like us and subscribe us, I don't know why I always say like. I don't just like whatever you want, but subscribe to this, and rate us 5 stars, and then be sure to listen to Michael Preston's Coug Center Hour series that he is doing right now, which is kind of a similar, like kind of the other side of what we're doing. He's interviewing. First, he's starting with some Coug Center people, and I think he'll probably continue on with other people too. Just kind of talking about some of their favorite moments. He did a real nice one with PJ Kendall on Oregon Game Day. I had Oregon State on the brain, obviously, but the game day game, and then he has one which I don't know the game. I don't think you do either, Jeff. He has one coming up with Zane this week, which will be coming out on Friday. So. I know you guys are probably not listening to many podcasts because you're just sitting around the house, but find a reason, and because we got some fun stuff coming up. I think you're gonna like it. So
yeah.
All
right. Well, go Cougs, Craig.
Go Cougs.